Thank you very much for coming today. Can you say hi and maybe introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Andy, and I am the first professional, well, AGA certified professional. And I guess what else would you like to know?
Well, let's start from here. How old were you when you started playing Go?
I was 8 years old,
Mm, were you in
and
China?
no, I was not. I started playing Go at, I guess, the local Go club in Flushing. So I had two pretty strong amateur teachers, and they were good friends of my parents. So that's
Oh,
how I
I
started.
see. Do your parents also play Go?
Just my dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a 7Q.
Oh, I see. And then, like, were you born in the US?
I was not born in the US. I came over when I was 3 years old.
Oh, wow. So you probably don't remember much before the US.
Nope, not at all.
Oh, I see. So you started at 8, and then, like, how often did you have the lesson?
Uh, well, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't like I was consistently taking lessons. I had
Mm-hmm.
several different teachers.
Yes.
Let me see. I learned from Feng Ying for a year, for example.
Mm,
I think the teacher that was most helpful to me, though,
yes.
he was a professional six-dan coach from China.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
yeah. Um, But otherwise, after I stopped lessons with him, I've just played on my own, and I haven't improved much since then. So no surprise.
So, when was that you became pro? Was it in 2012?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Mm. And since then, how have you been doing?
Um, you, Everything's been great.
Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
doing these days?
Oh, me.
Yes.
I'm working in finance now, so yeah, I won't go
Oh,
into detail about that.
okay, okay. And then
Okay.
where do you live?
I live in New York City.
Ah, like in Manhattan?
Oh no, that's the rent there is too expensive.
Do you work in Manhattan?
Um, no, no, I
Ah, I
work in
see.
Queens. Yeah.
Mm. So do you enjoy your work?
Yeah, I do, absolutely.
Wow. So would you say finance and Go has something in
Mhm.
common?
Um, well, apart from the fact that
Mm-hmm.
both experts in both fields are very, very smart. So like I think both fields would attract the same kind of analytical and intelligent minds.
Oh, I
But
see.
otherwise, um, yeah, there's quite a lot of
Mm,
tactical thinking involved in finance, especially in the markets. So I would definitely say like a very strong Go player should do well in finance.
I see, I see.
Mhm.
And what is? So after you became pro, did you have any chance to play in professional tournaments?
Um, I did have chances, of course, but I don't think I've been to any of them. But that's going to
Uh,
change because
yes.
the qualifiers for this some new tournament, like international tournament, is this weekend actually. So I'm playing in that, and
Oh,
also
is that the wait, is that in China?
that isn't. I think that is in China. Actually, I think it's the first tournament of its kind. So I don't know much about it, but
Yes, actually
it'll be great.
I'm working on it, so I know a little bit about the tournament.
Oh,
So
really? Wow.
yes,
Uh-huh.
because the International Go Federation is working on it.
Uh-huh.
So that tournament was organized by the International Mind Sports Association and Chinese World of like board games and Go.
Mhm.
So that will be called IMSA Elite Mind Games,
Uh-huh.
and there will be 30 players from the world invited,
Uh,
and from January 5th to 12th in Huai'an, right?
I see. I see. 30
Yes.
players. So how many countries is that?
So there will be six teams in men's team, and there will be women's individual and mixed pair.
I see. I see. So
So
it's a lot like the
mhm.
World Mind Sports Games, right?
Yes, actually, the sport called World Mind Games that is not taking place this year.
Uh-huh.
So this other event is kind of replacing the other one.
I see. I see.
So yeah,
Oh,
it will be very
wow.
similar in many
Mm-hmm.
ways. But yeah,
I
it's
see.
the first one.
Mhm.
So good luck for your qualification tournament.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then I had a chance to see a preview of surrounding game,
Uh-huh.
and noticed you were there. Do you remember the film?
I didn't I didn't watch that. I wasn't at the opening
Yes.
ceremony, so I don't think I had a chance to see it. But
Right.
yeah, I was supposed to be in it.
Yes, yes. There were
Uh,
quite a few interviews of you, and then they would say that you improved pretty much by playing online. Is that true?
uh, I mean, I don't think I've improved much over the past few years. I mean, if anything,
Um,
I've became weaker. But I think Internet Go definitely helped everybody become stronger. And you
mm,
can see this KGS.
yes.
I was a KGS 9 dan like
Mm-hmm.
back in 2004. Not too sorry, when I was 14. So that was like okay. So I was KGS 9 dan like 8 years ago, and
Wow,
right
yes.
now,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's been a rank improvement of 3 or 4 ranks. Like so, I would be like
Mm,
a middle 5 to 6 dan back then.
yes.
Like I mean, sorry, back then, like my 14-year-old self would only be 5 or 6 dan on KGS now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's all because of Internet Go. Everybody can research professional fusekis,
Mm-hmm.
very easily on TaiGem, and I think it's benefited professionals as well. Since, as you can
Mm,
see, there's no more top players. Everybody is like all around the same strength. So
I see.
yeah.
But when you do play online, do you like to play like fast games or the long games?
um, I I pretty much play fast games.
Mm,
I don't have the stamina to play too slowly. It's difficult for me. So
I see. But you know the important games they would usually have long time limits. Is it like more
well,
difficult?
um, I guess I think I think young players generally play faster than their older counterparts.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, just look at the Changchi Cup this year.
Oh
Like
yeah, how
children.
was
Yeah,
that?
they spent. Well, it was really. I mean, it was great. I mean, I can't
Mm-hmm.
believe I've watched like the four of them, up close in person to play.
Yes.
But like I was saying, the more senior pair, they
Mm-hmm.
spent like 8 hours per game, and
Right.
the younger counterparts finished in half that time. So
Mm.
I think as when you're younger, you're reading. Reading is your strength, and
Yes, true.
you read fast, so you don't need as
Yes.
much time. But when
Mm-hmm.
you grow older, that changes. So
Right, right.
right.
S- So did you go to Changchi Cup?
I did. I spent the weekend there. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And then
Yeah, it
did
was.
yes?
Yeah.
And I noticed that there were these top pros from China.
Uh-huh.
Like, have you met them before? Like Chang Hao, Nine Dan,
Yeah,
Weibin.
I've actually played with Chen Hao twice in person,
Oh,
so
you did?
I did. I did.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
But
yes.
the four contestants, it was my first time seeing them, but
Mm,
they're so young. They've only risen to the top in
yes.
like the last 2 years. So mhm.
Right, right. Nice. And then how many players were there in American tournament?
Sorry.
In Changchi Cup, how many
Uh,
players participated?
in the amateur tournament,
Yes.
maybe a little over 100 from what I could guess. Yeah.
Mm,
It wasn't quite as large. Uh, maybe I mean it's definitely smaller than the U.S. Go Congress, but larger than any other domestic tournament I've been to
I
so far.
see.
So yeah,
And then where was the tournament? Was it in Boston?
Boston. Yes, yes.
Mm, I wanted to see, but then, Boston is
Uh,
a little away from Seoul, so
that's a shame.
yeah. But maybe some other time I might have a chance. Anyway, and let's see. Maybe I'll ask you only a couple more questions.
Yeah, sure.
Um, before you, um,
Mhm.
when you were playing in the US in earlier days, there were no pro qualifications. But then, like, it suddenly started in 2012.
Uh,
How did you feel when you heard the news?
uh, um,
Or
hmm,
was it like exciting that you could become pro in the US?
I I don't know. That's a good question. Um I don't think it was too exciting for me. I didn't.
Mm,
The United States doesn't have training for pros. Basically,
mm-hmm.
you just I mean, it's a great honor to be the first pro. I think it's the start of,
Yes.
I guess, bring go to the Western countries,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm glad to be at the beginning of that. But
Mm-hmm.
nothing has really changed much for me, except I may be able to participate in more tournaments and
Mm,
get a lot more press and attention from the Eastern countries.
mm.
But I think it's a really important first step.
Oh, I see. Do you think in the future maybe things will get better?
Uh,
Like in the US, do you expect that there be stronger pros coming?
oh, you mean is Lisa Del still coming to North America, or is that something that's changed?
That's right. I mean,
Uh,
I think he had that idea, but we
uh,
don't know if he is still considering that.
I see.
But his wife and his daughter are staying in Canada at the
Uh-huh.
moment, and he did mention that he would consider moving to the US so that maybe he could live with his family. And then he chose US over Canada because he thought there was a bigger Go community here in the US.
Yes, I think that's true. Hmm.
Mm. So if he comes, do you think that will change a lot?
Uh, I think it'll change everything for the current Go community, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it'll help bring in a lot of new players. So I
Mm.
mean, if you play Go, then you know how big of a deal that is, and if you don't play
Yes,
Go, then you
right.
don't really care. So,
Mm.
um, so um, personally, I think,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like,
Yes.
like money is what attracts more players. I mean, it's
True.
yes, I mean the three big Asian countries, they all have significant prize money for the
Mm.
national tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not true for America. So if we saw more tournaments with higher prize money, then
Mm,
like I think more of the Asian community in the United
mm-hmm.
States would notice. And
Mm,
um, I mean in the big three, Go countries, you can play Go for a living, so that's one
yes.
reason why it's attracted more people. But that's not true here. So
Mm,
I think that's right. I think that's what needs to happen for many more Go for the entire for a much larger
mm,
population to join.
right.
Yes.
So if so maybe this is the last question.
Uh-huh.
If you were to work on like promoting Go in the US, what would you do?
Uh,
Like imagine that you don't have your job and
uh,
you have all the time and money you can have.
if I had all the time and money, or if I
Yes.
had all the money I need, then I
Mm-hmm.
would just sponsor many tournaments with large prize money, and
Ah,
people would people like people who don't even know how to play would probably sign up just. But I mean,
yes.
I think that's the key. You need to organize more tournaments with prize money
Mm-hmm.
in the big cities.
Mm-hmm.
So and and of course I would. I mean, you need teachers. You need people.
Yes.
People need to be able to learn how to play quickly, and
Mm-hmm.
from strong players. So
Mm,
something like that.
I see.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. That was very interesting. Do you have anything you wanted to say or any
um,
comment?
I don't think so. No.
All right, then maybe we could have a game. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
And
Sounds great.
right, and then after the game, we can Skype again and maybe talk about the game and anything else we wanted to say.
Uh, yeah, that sounds great.
Hello, we are here. We started a game, and then I didn't start my streaming back right away because I was charging my laptop. So anyway, we are having a game. We have 20 minutes each, and I'm black. And as you can see, we have quite an interesting opening with all the 4 3 points. So I'm wondering how I should start from here. There are so many options. I could enclose over here or approach either corner. Not quite sure about this enclosure. If I enclose, I would choose this one. Because when I do that, this side has better potential since this corner is looking at this side. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe I'll start with this one. So let's go over here and let's see. So when I play on Tizen for my casual games, I usually have 5 minutes. So it's quite nice to have this 20 minutes. But then usually I don't really want to have such a long time because um, because I don't want my videos to be too long. Sorry, I was distracted. I was readjusting the sound. I hope it's not too loud. And especially when it starts beeping for countdown, hope that would be okay. The KGS beeping is quite high note. So even though the sound itself is not too high, sometimes it can be a little bothersome. But anyway, wait a minute, is that a meter goal? No, I wouldn't believe he would play such a thing, right? Um, sure, yeah. But then it will be funny if I approach here and Whiters approaches here. Let's see what he does. So, hello everyone on the chat. Nice to meet you all. Good evening. And I see Steve. Steve does beautiful art. When we were doing the US Go Congress, he was the one I heard who made all the thumbnails. It was quite nice. And also, I quite like his intro with all this movie style. Oh, by the way, I might have new intro soon. One of my viewers from Russia, Daniel, he made image sequence so that I can use as an intro. So I'm not sure when, but I should have it soon. I hope you will find it nice. I thought so. Anyway, so we are not playing Miracle here because white came over here. And then I think I will continue from this corner. Let's see, maybe about here? No, maybe this one. So, but then after this sequence, when white takes a corner, what do I do? Do I take this corner? Hmm, or maybe I'll go further like that and then attach. Ah, this is confusing. I could also just answer from here and take this one. Um, this one? I don't know. All right, then maybe let's try. Okay, let's do this one. I think that was my first intuition and shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, hi Kiran. And what? You should be sleeping? Sorry about that. Um, yes, Nick Sivicki wrote the music for my channel, and then I used the music for some time, and then when I changed my recording software, I didn't know how to put music anymore, so I stopped having it. And then I was thinking about having the music back, but then I got this intro from another viewer, so I'm thinking maybe I'll use the intro instead of the theme music. The theme music with the intro, I'm not sure if they will go along together very well, but um, I could experiment with that. Let me do the Joseki over here. And that. And now I think I'll take this corner so that these two groups can support each other. Should be okay. And maybe let's go over here. High or low? Maybe high. Alright, so it should be okay. And I'm sorry that I can't say hi to each of you, but thank you very much for coming. I hope you're enjoying the streaming so far. And let's see the game. Now there's an empty corner over here, and white might continue from this corner. So white has quite solid territory on this corner and this side. And maybe if white attaches here, that will be even more territory. But I do have some potential areas like this one and that one. It will be difficult game. But we'll see. It might be okay. So let's see where white might play. Maybe this one or that one. If I were white, I think I would consider either approaching this corner or attaching here. Pincer in this area could be quite complicated, but I guess that's also possible. Um, at the moment I'm using XSplit for broadcasting and recording. Okay, so I approach it here, and should I come over here or this one? Yeah, I think I'll continue in this corner instead of this one because I have more potential around here. So I'm thinking I should do either this knight move or attach. Probably attach is better. So let's do that. It's better in terms of points. And I can get sente. Mm-hmm. And let's see, white. I think white will be answering like that. And then tiger mouse over here. And I would be extending around here. So we will have the same joseki as this one actually. So let's do that. And Hane here since white didn't do the tiger mouse. Okay, over here. So it became a little different. I think white wanted to go to the side more and not let black come over here. Anyway, and then I'm going to do that. So it seems like all the corners are settled, more or less. I think the next move would be here. Yes. And now I can tenuki over there. This is big to attach over here and extend. So that's one option. But I'm thinking maybe I'll do something like that or that to maybe develop my potential around this area. Maybe this diagonal move is a good start. So I'll jump. Okay, let me take this one. Because after that there's this attach. And if white gets this one stone, I get to cut this one white stone. So we'll see. This is a little far in this side. So when white invades, it might be a little difficult to attack. But as long as I can develop this area instead, it should be fine. F16. Where's F16? This one? Ah, instead of this attach. Yeah, I think that was also good option. But then white would attach here and then black needs to connect. And white gets sente. And maybe come around here. So, yeah, I don't know. That's another game, I guess. Anyway, white came in as I was concerned. And should I attach here right away? But then I think white will just capture this one. And then I'll be able to cut this white stone in center. But hmm, but what next? It seems like my opponent is very territory-oriented style. You can see that white has these territories around here, and now I have to somehow um, benefit from my potential areas. And this territory-oriented style is quite popular in modern days. I would say most Korean pros have something like this in their style, I mean. Anyway, I think I might approach from here. Um, so it's tricky to attack this one stone. I also need to think about the timing to attach over here. Hmm. I'm really not very good at attacking. And see, this is really big place. It almost seems like he knows that I don't like to attack things. Anyway, let me maybe take here or that. Alright, let's do this one. And white will probably answer somewhere. And I could... How should I attack these two? I mean, I had this problem with... Who was that, the last one? Ryan. Or was it William? Uh, anyway, so let's come about here. And these two stones, they still need to leave. And I do have some potential here. Although this is open, that's annoying part. There'll be something like monkey jump over here. Oh, maybe I should have peeped here before. I thought I could do it anytime. Haven't thought about white coming here instead. I mean, instead of answering around here. Hmm, I guess I need to. Oh, wait. Okay, this is not going very well, but I think I need to block. And then when white comes over here, I also need to block. But then would white cut all here? Anyway, I need to do that. Because if white comes out here, that will be too strong. And at this moment, it seems like I'll need to attach over here. So that I will support this cut, prevent this cut, I mean. When I am thinking about these moves, my English becomes really strange. Um, and then white will probably hane, and I'll need to extend. White could capture this one stone, but if I get sente, should be fine. I could try to cut this one stone by attaching over here. That could be big if I get to have all this territory. I could also consider hane, but if white just captures and I need to capture and white cuts, these two stones will be too big. So let me extend. And this is sente, but I'm thinking maybe I could exchange a few things before I answer that. Like this one and jump. So I'm thinking it will be better if I can save this one stone instead of letting white take all these. But depending on how it works, I might need to sacrifice this. But we'll see. Well, it seems like he is trying to maximize his territory, and I don't like that, so it's becoming a fight. So, in a way, I guess we could say he is forcing me to fight. Um, I think white might extend here, and then I'm not sure if I can connect these two, because if I do that, white might hane here, And my group in this area has a little shaky shape. So when white comes here, my other option would be extend here. And then if white captures these two stones, it's better for me that I have this exchange because there is some aji, like coming over here and then coming inside. So we will see. Um, Other than this extension, white could also consider coming over here. Then I definitely need to answer this one. And then white could like jump over here, attacking this tree all together. I think I'll be able to save this tree, but then white will be connected to these two stones, and that could be good for white. So when I run away from these three stones, I need to be very careful so that white's shape outside wouldn't be too good. Okay, white came over here. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just extend now. Because if I answer over here, white will hane. And then this shape is very bad. White will White can capture these two stones here, or I guess white could try to attack, like jumping over here. But then I might have the chance to save these two stones on the way out, because attaching over here can be sente. So the game's getting complicated. If white cuts over here, then where should I go? Hmm, that one. Should I extend or diagonal move? No, not diagonal move. That's a little heavy. I could hane. Maybe hane is good. And then if white hanes, I can double hane. So let's try that. If white cuts, then I'll just atari and then extend. In that way, although I lose these three stones, I can have good attack of these two stones. If I double hane, white might cut here and extend. Maybe after that is difficult. What if I just extend? Then would white push here and then I extend. I I guess I could do that. Wait. Wait. So if I double hane and white cuts and extend, then I could extend over here and then when white saves this one stone, I could attach over here. That could work. But it's also risky because this white's territory will be quite big. Another option is to extend. Mm, yeah, sure. Let's just extend. It seems like it's better. And then I'll extend here again. And then white might push here once more. And I need to extend again. And then white can cut here. Probably push. But um, at least I got to connect here in Sente. And there is some aji of coming about here. Um, and there is some aji around this cut. But probably if white cuts here now, I exchange this one. And then when white answers, I'll come over here. This will be a really nice spot for me. So let's see what white does. And then yeah, at the moment it's difficult to count. I was thinking about maybe I should count points, but then I don't really know how to count this potential over here. In theory, I could say maybe about 5 around here and about 10 and 5, 20, 25, and maybe 5 more points, so 30. But white has about at least 7 here, 8, 8 and 15, 23. This would be at least 20, so 43. If I don't do something really good, I don't have enough points. But you know, with like 1 or 2 more moves around this lower side, I could have much bigger territory in this area. So that's why it's difficult to count. And this one, it seems like he didn't like that I could come over here and do that. So he pushed here, but I don't think it was Sente. So that means I can connect these 2 stones. Let's see. How should I connect? I guess I'll attach over here. Can I do that? Yeah, I think so. Yes. And then white might hane or come out here. And then I'll connect and connect. So in this way I connected these 2 stones, and here I'm also connected. I could also make tiger mouse over here, but then white would extend here and I connect. And then it seemed like there were more things that white can do afterward. So I thought this might be better. Plus there is some aji with this one, I think. Maybe I'll try something right away. Um, maybe not. Um, so white is kind of strong around here now. Let me jump over here because then there is this pip in this area. And then I can also block over here. But probably better I do something around here to attack. Also, I wonder what would be good um, good way to use this aji with this one stone. I could attach over here. That's one. Or attach from here. Um, it's difficult. It seems like there isn't much I can do. But at least I could. If I extend here, would that be sente? I could attach here and that and that and that and that. So this one is to prevent this pip over here. And let me do that. This could be a little too slow, but it seemed like I could attach over here if white doesn't answer.